Workers providing services to PLDT warn of escalating their fight to get a regular post in the telco company. This after the Court of Appeals failed to uphold the regularization of all contractual employees of PLDT. Makoy Popyoko explains.
Galit kami sa decision na to. Sobrang galit kami. Bakit ganito ang decision ng Court of Appeals? Pabor na naman. Kailan ba magiging pabor ang Court of Appeals sa manggagawa?
It's a flicker of hope put out in an instant. These displaced workers at PLDT are enraged over the Court of Appeals decision blocking the Labor Department's order to regularize them. In its ruling, the Court of Appeals said only workers of contractors performing installation, repairs, and maintenance services of PLDT lines should be considered regular employees. The court maintained the workers of contractors engaged in janitorial, messengerial and clerical, information technology, call center agents, sales, and even medical and dental and other professional services should remain as independent contractors. PLDT filed a petition before the Court of Appeals in April questioning the Labor Department's directive to regularize workers. However, it failed to secure a hold order. Early in July, the Labor Department reminded the telco to comply and gave the company until the end of July to regularize workers. However, the court coincidentally issued its ruling on July 31st. Now, workers vow to stage mass demonstrations against PLDT and the court beginning next week. Most of them have provided services to PLDT's customer service and technical support call centers.
Sa Department of Labor and Employment, dapat panugatan nila ito nangyari sa manggagawa. Bakit imbis sa regularisasyon, bakit natanggal kami sa aming trabaho? Dapat niya kaming ibalik. And kay Pangulong Duterte, dapat pangunahan niya itong regularisasyon namin dahil siya ang nangako na tatanggalin niya yung ENDO.
CNN Philippines tried getting Secretary Sylvester Abello's reaction on the court's ruling. However, he has not responded to any of our correspondents. In a press conference on Thursday, Abello promised to provide assistance to the displaced workers through the agency's emergency employment program. PLDT defers making comment, saying they will issue their statement next week upon clearance from the Philippine Stock Exchange. The displaced workers plan to escalate their complaints before lawmakers in a Senate hearing on August 9th. Makoy Popyoko, CNN Philippines.
Citizens Crime Watch files another plunder complaint against former President Noynoy Aquino and other officials over the Dingvaksha controversy. The group seeks newly appointed Ombudsman Samuel Martires to order the Anti-Money Laundering Council to look into any suspicious transactions in the bank accounts of Aquino and his correspondents. This is to probe their alleged misuse of the funds for the nationwide Dingvaksha vaccination. Other officials involved are former cabinet members Butch Abad and Janet Garin and incumbent and former health officials. The group also wants Martires to preventively suspend current officials for 6 months. The same group is also offering a total of 1 million pesos reward money for information that can lead to the arrest of Anti-Poverty Commissioner Liza Maza, former Agrarian Reform Secretary Rafael Mariano, and 2 other former lawmakers. Lawyer Ferdinand Topacio says anyone who can give information shall receive 250,000 pesos each for Maza, Mariano, Satur Ocampo, and Teddy Casino. The 4 are accused of the murder of 3 supporters of rival party list Akbayan in 2001 and 2004. They have already appealed the case. In other news, the recent blast in Lamitan shows as one of the many challenges the proposed Bangsamoro government will have to face. But the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, or MILF, says it can do a better job in ending terrorism in the south. Our senior correspondent, David Santos, tells us why.
Reports say the massive car bomb that killed 10 people on Tuesday had come from Tuburan town. Tuburan is adjacent to Albarca town, where the MILF's 114th Base Command is located. Unlike the mainstream MILF in central Mindanao, their counterparts in Basilan have been accused of conniving with terror groups like the Abu Sayyaf. But in 2013, the MILF in Basilan publicly declared its support to the government. The elusive MILF leader Dan Isnawi coming out from hiding in the hinterlands of Basilan to meet up with then Colonel Carlito Galvez, who is now the Armed Forces Chief. In an interview in Camp Darapanan, MILF Chairman Alhaj Murad Ibrahim admits fighting terrorism in Mindanao won't be that easy.
They can always hide with the people because very difficult to identify them unless people will really cooperate. We accepted the challenge that we will be in the forefront in trying to address this problem because we know that the people will cooperate more with us rather than with the armed forces of the Philippines.
The threat of radicalism is just one in a litany of issues the MILF has to deal with once the Bangsamoro government is established. After the plebiscite, interim officials will be appointed to govern until 2022. Murad is being eyed to become the interim chief minister, having served as MILF chairman for the past 15 years.
It is a matter of policy and moral obligation for us to really accept whatever the Central Committee decides. Although there was no decision arrived yet, but majority of the Central Committee is already recommending me to assume at least the BTA.
But ruling the Bangsamoro government will be the biggest challenge for Murad and other MILF leaders. Yes, they may have led an armed struggle for years, but not public service, which requires transparency and accountability. Also, the Bangsamoro government will have to make sure it will unite the different Moro tribal groups which have been divided by many factors, including politics.
This is the very reason why we try to create a common identity. Because we see that the only way is to do away with tribalistic tendencies and have a common identity. Firstly, what is common to majority of us is the faith, the religion. Then secondly, if you look at the culture of every tribe, almost the same.
MILF leaders will be back in Malacanang on Monday for the ceremonial signing of the Bangsamoro Organic Law. And like President Duterte's staunch support for the passage of the bill, they are again counting on his endorsement when the plebiscite is held tentatively by year-end. In Maguindanao, David Santos, CNN Philippines.
MILF Chairman Alhaj Murad Ibrahim recently created a social media account in preparation for the enactment of the Bangsamoro Organic Law, or BOL. In a series of Twitter posts, he described the BOL as superior to the Bangsamoro Basic Law. He says the BOL, quote, recognizes the justness and legitimacy of the cause of the Bangsamoro people, unquote. President Duterte visited the survivors of the car bomb attack in Lamitan City, Basilan. On Saturday, the president checked on the condition of 6 soldiers and 3 CAFGU members who were injured in the blast. The victims are currently being treated at the Camp Navarro General Hospital in Zamboanga City. He also visited the families of those who were killed. Police earlier confirmed 10 people died in the explosion. On Wednesday, authorities arrested an Islamic cleric who was considered as a person of interest. Filipinos rated the performance of the Duterte administration as very good for the second quarter in the latest survey released by the social weather stations. The survey shows Duterte administration got excellent rating in Mindanao, very good in Visayas and some parts of Luzon, and good in Metro Manila. The administration got similar net satisfaction rating as in the first quarter, which was also very good. The latest survey was done on June 27 to 30 this year. Toxics Watch Group Eco Waste Coalition is warning against the use of fake lipsticks. After testing 57 samples of fake lipsticks bought from Divisoria, experts found that these were contaminated with at least 4 heavy metals or chemicals that are linked to cancer and other health problems. These fake lipsticks contain high levels of arsenic, cadmium, lead, mercury, and other toxic metals. EcoWaste says aside from causing cancer, these endanger children and pregnant women. EcoWaste is calling on the government to intensify its crackdown on distributors and importers of these harmful fake lipsticks.
Itong 4 na metals ito, tinatamaan ang utak natin, ang central nervous system, basically ang brain. Ang cadmium, especially ang tinatamaan naman ito, kidneys. Nakakasira ito ng kidneys on long-term use. Madadialyze later on. Ang arsenic, nakaka-cancer din, no? At nakakatama din siya sa kidneys. So nagtutulong pa itong mga mercury, lead, sa pag-atake sa ating kalusugan. Hindi lang ang ating brain, ang lungs, halos lahat ng parte pwede niyang i-attack. Ang problema, ang lipstick, pag nilagay mo sa labi mo, hindi ito nandun lang sa labi mo. No? Yung iba dyan, makakain mo. At yung iba, na-absorb din ng mucosa ng labi. Lalo na may mga breaks kasi ang labi natin. Manipis ang balat niyan.
News in Venezuela, President Nicolas Maduro was evacuated after an alleged terrorist attack. President Maduro was giving a speech during a military parade in Caracas when explosions are heard from suspected drone-type flying devices. In a broadcast video, Maduro and his wife are seen startled as they suddenly looked up. Soldiers immediately cleared the stage and the event ground. The leader was brought to safety. A few hours later, Maduro spoke on national television, blaming outgoing Colombian President Juan Manuel Santos and the Venezuelan political far right for what he called an attempted assassination. Meanwhile, a Colombian presidential source told CNN that these accusations are baseless. Going back to our breaking news, the Philippine Basketball Association and Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas have agreed to send a team to represent the country in the 2018 Asian Games. Our Pauline Versosa is on the line to give us details. Pauline?
That's right, AC. A press con was just held by PBA, SBP, and COC officials announcing our participation in the 2018 Asian Games. According to COC President Ricky Vargas, this will already be final. They also cited 3 reasons why they revisited the issue and opened the discussion. They said there was a strong clamor from basketball fans, so they had to look into it, understand where it's coming from, and they mentioned that they just wanted to please the countrymen. Second, team owners took the initiative to begin suggesting players who could actually join. And third, there was an appeal from Special Assistant to the President, Bongo. He appealed and talked to PBA and SBP. So they realized that there is a strong clamor for our participation in the Asian Games. They also mentioned that they're not just sending a team, they're sending a team that the country could be proud of. And this consists of a 14-man lineup, including Maverick Ahamisi, Chris Chu, Gabe Norwood, James Yap, Bo Belda, Raymond Almazan, Stanley Pringle, Paul Lee, Foy Eram, Don Troyano, Christian Sanhardinger, Aki Tolava, Kobe Paras, and Richie Rivero. This lineup will still be trimmed down to 12 players in time for the Asian Games. Head coach will be Yang Yao, while assistant coach will be Kaloy Garcia. And according to SBP President Al Panilio, they will begin training as early as tomorrow. But apart from this AC tonight, we will also be seeing action between the San Miguel Beermen and Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings, who are now tied at 2 games apiece in their best-of-7 final series. They will be fighting for an edge tonight, and tip-off for Game 5 will be at 6:30 p.m. here in Araneta. AC?
That was our Pauline Versosa reporting from Smart Araneta Coliseum. While Malacanang is preparing at full speed for an information drive on federalism, a new video blog of Communications Assistant Secretary Mocha Uson steers another controversy. Let's find out why in Makoy Popioko's story.
As the government gears up for a massive information drive on federalism, this video comes out. No less than Communications Assistant Secretary Mocha Uson, who's been named as among the frontliners in the info drive, posted it on her Facebook account. In the video, blogger Andrew Olivar is singing a jingle playing with the word federalism, using racy terms and gesturing towards female private parts, all to Uson's cheering.
Disclaimer lang ha, itong pag-uusapan natin patungkol sa federalismo, itong game natin ay wala pong kinalaman sa draft ng Consultative Committee o yung CONCOM.
Netizens are enraged. Many say it is a mockery of the move to change the country's charter. Even Consultative Committee spokesperson Ding Generoso was surprised to see the video. It was played during a forum in Manila where Generoso was invited to speak.
Huwag muna nating pag-usapan. I'll have to check. Normally, I don't comment on something I have not verified completely.
The Consultative Committee has earlier announced it is going to tap Uson for its information drive on the draft federal charter, a move that elicited negative reaction from various camps. Senator Nancy Binay even suggested that Uson be invited to a Senate hearing so lawmakers would know if she could explain the proposed charter. Generoso says that during his meeting with USON on Friday, a day after the controversial Facebook video was made, the agreement was for USON to post materials that come from CONCOM only.
Siyang ASEC for social media, di ba? So talagang part of her function. Isasama niya dun sa kanyang duties, yung pagpapaliwanag ng federalismo. It's part of her function. No such thing as partnership or whatever.
Generoso clarifies USON will be tapped to repost information materials online, but she would not be asked to speak or explain the draft constitution on behalf of CONCOM. CNN Philippines tried reaching USON for comment, but we were told she will post her statement on her Facebook page. Communications Secretary Martin Andanar also did not reply to our questions. While many are apprehensive about USON being part of the information campaign on federalism, the consultative committee assures the public they will teach the controversial blogger turned government official so she's better guided to help explain charter change. Makoy Popioko, CNN Philippines.
Communications Assistant Secretary and blogger Drew Olivar said the viral Facebook Live video is not related in any way to the campaign of the Consultative Committee on Federalism, but netizens have steered their own views. Netizen Frank Darodal said, quote, "I hope na gawin ninyong seryoso ang pagpapalit ng Constitution. Hindi minamaliit ang kakayahan, pero sana naman walang bastusan." End quote. Another netizen commented with a pun, quote, "Imagine it is being taught sa school all over the place. Ganito ang chant para mas matandaan ng mga bata. Imagine." Netizen Kaz Marulio has a neutral reaction, quote, "Nakakatawa at nakakabahala at the same time." Meanwhile, a pro-Duterte supporter, Sas Roganto Sasot, expressed her support for the hosts with a quip, "Uy, baka magka-developan iyong dalawa." USONS said in her Facebook post, the game show has no intention to belittle the federalism, instead to encourage the audiences to discuss it. She also pointed out the need to focus on issues on election fraud, charter change, and the war on drugs. In entertainment, Cinemalaya, the country's premier independent film festival, is back. Indie filmmakers get to strut their stuff at the festival, which runs until August 12. Sam Sadwani takes a look.
Full-length films are featured in this year's Cinemalaya Film Festival. The theme, Wings of Vision. Kuya West is an indie romantic comedy about a clerk who falls for his customer, played by Ina Raimundo. Augie Alcacid stars as Kuya West.
Minsan lang naman ako ma-in-love, once a month lang. Pwede ba kita i-date?
Wala lang, super crush niya lang itong customer na to. Hanggang sa one time, may napansin siyang something dun sa girl and nagkaroon siya ng opportunity na to help her and makilala siya ng lubusan.
The Lookout is a story of betrayal, poverty, and revenge. Yayo Aguila stars as a mother faced with an impossible decision.
I had to let them go. My two children. I had to let them go. I had to sell them to a syndicate for them to be able to have a better life.
From one mother's struggle to another, Isa Calzado also plays the role of a mother who is reunited with her children.
It's about a woman who was gone from her family for 5 years.
And this is Isa.
And this is Isa, played by Isa Calzado. And her husband, played by Noni Bencamino, comes and fetches her and tells her to come home. And when she comes home, she meets with her children again. And that's pretty much it. That's the dynamics of a family.
Kung Paano Hinihintay ang Dapit Hapon is another film that showcases complicated relationships. 22-year-old award-winning director Carlo Catu takes the helm of the film, starring veteran actors Dante Rivero, Menji Cabarrubias, and Perla Bautista.
So kwento siya ng tatlong matatanda. Ang kwento ito ni Teresa, isang 8-year-old na babae na may kalivin, which is Celso, that's Tito Mengi. And one day in their ordinary boring life, tatawag bigla yung dati niya palang asawa, which is Tito Mengi na si Bene, at nagpapasama siya dahil malapit na siyang mamatay.
Based on a true story, DUI is about the harsh realities of martial law. Glyza De Castro plays the role of Cecilia Flores Obanda.
Nung nabasa ko yung email sa akin, yung synopsis, sabi ko gusto ko siyang gawin kasi it's something na I haven't done before. Tapos, I'm always up for challenge eh. Parang sa akin, mas mahirap go.
Another film that talks about martial law is ML. It's the story of a millennial student trying to learn about the Marcos regime and then takes a dark twist.
Actually, yun yeah. After the interview, actually, Tony was surprised because actually parang kinidnap siya ni Tito Eddie. He was stored somewhere in the house and pinatikim sa kanya yung martial law.
Another veteran actress stars in this year's Cinemalaya. Celeste Legaspi is Mamang in the film by Denise O'Hara, who presented 2 entries in the same Cinemalaya category last year.
Mamang is essentially the story of our main character, Mamang, who's struggling to hold on to her sanity, to her logical state of mind because she wants to be with her son, Ferdy.
Pan de Salawal is about an elderly man hoping for a miracle. Boji Pascua stars as Sal, a baker dealing with chronic kidney stones.
Ikaw yon.
Ako yon. Naging kaibigan ng isang palaboy, isang batang lansangan, played by Miel Espinosa, who has the power to heal people by hurting them.
In the middle of chaos in Mindanao, Musmos na sumibol sa gubat ng digma deals with the situation Muslim children are born into. This is director Ian Arundaing's second full-length film entry in Cinemalaya.
Nag-start yung Syrian War. Yung may nakitang bata sa tabing dagat na lumulutang. So naisip ko na may ganito rin nangyayari sa Pilipinas, na nangyayari din siya ngayon.
And finally, School Service, a film about poverty and the harsh realities in the country. Ay de las Alas stars as Maya in the movie, her second as a lead actress in Cinemalaya. I'm Sam Sadwani, CNN Philippines.
That's what's happening in the newsroom this Sunday, August 5. I'm AC Nichols. Stay with CNN Philippines, where we tell the story of the Filipino.